This is the number book category. So for my number recognition, the first book I have would be First Steps with Numbers. Didn't say it had an author, but the illustrator is Pino Avanto. So it is just using the numbers. As you can see, 0, 1, and it goes all the way up. This is all the numbers, and it goes up to 10. And on the very last page, it has 100. And there is actually 100 bees on this page. I counted. So this is a cognitive. This is probably good for between toddler and pre-K age. You could count on your fingers. You could draw a specific number of objects. Like if you're in small groups and you could say, okay, kids, draw 5 butterflies on your page. And that was how you could use it as an activity that would work with this book. The second book I have for number recognition would be this one. I actually used it last week in our toy book presentation, but it works as well for number recognition as well. It is written and illustrated by Roger Pretty. So it's using the numbers, going through the book: 1 train, 2 chicks, 3 apples, 4 flowers, and going all the way up to 10 dogs, and then it has the same number on the same page. It is, okay. So this one would be the same way same as this book. You could count on your fingers. You could count the objects as a class. You could count 1, 2, 3, 4. Count 10. Count as a group up to 10. The next book I have is informative. So I have 2 for this category. My first one is an M&M book. It is written by Barbara McGrath and illustrated by Roger Glass. So it's called More M&Ms and Chocolate Candies Math. They are using M&Ms to count. They're starting with a whole bag of M&Ms, dumping them out, and counting how many of each color they have. And then they go even farther to graph them. And there's the better picture of the graph. So they have to see who has the most of what color. So this would work. That would be a great activity, just to follow along in the book. It also, I was talking about addition and subtraction. If you add up all of the colors, how many total do you get in the bag? So this is probably better for maybe between 3rd and 4th grade, maybe even up to 5th grade, because they're also talking about multiplication and division as well. You could just stop at the graphing part if you didn't want to go up to math, if the kids aren't ready for that yet. Or you could just stop at the counting part. But so that's the book for one of my books for informative. The next book I have for the informative category is the Butterfly Counting Book by Jerry Pelota and illustrated by Mark Estrella. They are going through the book and counting the butterflies on the pages. It actually, on one of the pages, it says, let's try something different. We already counted from 0 to 20. Let's count by 2s using odd numbers. So they go through the rest of the book just using odd numbers, which I found was interesting. So they go all the way up to 21. And they count each butterfly. It's also talking about the different types of butterflies, different names for butterflies, different languages, how they say butterfly in that word. So with this one, you could find little butterfly magnets or little plastic butterflies like at Dollar Tree or something and count those use the kids on maybe a whiteboard or magnetic board to sort the magnetic butterflies. The last one I have for this category is for the story. It is Barney. So this is adapted from a poem by Mark S. Bernthal, and it is illustrated by Darren McKee. This is an old book from when I was a kid. So the summary, it's about Barney and his friends. As you can see on number 1, his face, he is sad until Barney introduces him to 2, and then they are very happy. So it goes through the whole book of the numbers, finding each other and becoming friends. So you can see number 1, he says, "Now I'm not lonely anymore." And then at the very end, he is counting. Number 1 says, "I've had a lot of fun today. They'd finished playing many games, and can you help me say their names?" So at the very end, they count from 1 up to 10. He is saying all their names. So this one, it is personality, social, and cognitive all in one. It's mainly just for, probably just for toddler to pre-K, kindergarten age. But it's a pretty cute book, I thought. Thank you.